Good morning, young science enthusiasts! Welcome to Valenzuela Live. When you were younger, you must have played with a magnet or with a toy that had magnetic parts. Most likely, you observed how objects like thumbtacks move close to the magnet or to the magnetic parts of the toy. Were you ever curious or interested about what could have caused this? Let us learn more about magnets. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify objects that can be attracted by magnets. But wait, there's more! Kindly write your name and school in the comment section below. Thank you, learners! Recap. In your previous lesson, you have learned that when force is applied to an object, its size, shape, and movements may change. Now, let's check how far have you mastered your lesson well. Which effect of force took place in the given situations? Write size, shape, or movement in the comment section below. Number 1. Stretching a rubber band. If your answer is size, bravo! Number 2. Molding a clay. If your answer is shape, excellent. And number 3, ball rolling. If your answer is movement, magnificent. Great job, learners! Have you tried using a magnet? It is amazing how a magnet works. It has many uses which can be very helpful in our daily lives. For example, you can know if a coin is fake through magnet. You can easily pick up those safety pins, thumbtacks, and paper clips when accidentally dropped on the floor. Of course, you can also find a needle mixed with sand by using magnets. A magnet is an object that attracts other objects made metals like iron, steel, nickel, or cobalt, or other alloys. They do not attract non-magnetic materials like plastic, paper, and metals like aluminum and copper. It has an invisible field that forces objects to react to its properties. This invisible force is called magnetic field, or the area in which a magnet exerts its force on certain objects. The ability to attract objects is called magnetism. Can a magnet lose its power or magnetism? Yes, if the domain or tiny parts of magnet were disturbed. The magnet would lose its magnetism. One way for magnet to lose its magnetism is by dropping it on the floor many times. Every time you drop it on the floor, the domains are shaken. Eventually, the domains become out of line, so the magnetism is lost. Scientastic. What's new? There are two main kinds of magnets: permanent magnets and temporary magnets. Both kinds are made from a group of metals. Permanent magnets retain their magnetism for a long time. Examples of this type include the magnets that keep the refrigerator doors closed. Note how these doors remain closed even without being near a strong magnetic field. Permanent magnets can be made into different shapes, although they're often formed into a U or bar shape. Temporary magnets lose their magnetism once they are no longer in contact within a strong magnetic field. Examples of this type are still paper clips that have been exposed to permanent magnets. They lose their magnetism when they are no longer within range of the permanent magnet's strong magnetic field. What is it? Objects that are attracted by a magnet are called and classified as magnetic materials. Objects that are not attracted by a magnet are classified as non-magnetic materials. Try this activity. What materials are attracted by magnets? what you need: paper clips, ball pen cap, rubber bands, coins, staple wires, ruler, and bits of paper. Gather all the materials on the table. Place each of the given materials near the end of the magnet. Find out whether each object is attracted by the magnet or not. Observe what happens. Record your observations on the table here. Paper clip. Paper clips are objects attracted by the magnet. These are magnetic materials. Ball pen cap. The ball pen cap is not attracted by the magnet. This is a non-magnetic material. Rubber band. The rubber bands are not attracted by the magnet. These are non-magnetic materials. Coins. The coins are attracted by the magnet. These are magnetic materials. Staple wires. The staple wires are attracted by the magnet. These are magnetic materials. Ruler. The ruler is not attracted by the magnet. It is a non-magnetic material. Bits of paper. The bits of paper are not attracted by the magnet. These are non-magnetic materials. Magnets attract only objects made of magnetic materials, such as iron and steel. However, non-magnetic materials like paper, cloth, wood, glass, and metals like aluminum and copper is not attracted by magnet. Fantastic! What's more, write A if the materials are attracted by magnets, and write NA if not. Number 1. Nail cutter. If your answer is A, correct. Number 2. Plastic bottle. If your answer is NA, great. Number 3. Chalk. If your answer is NA, very good. Number 4. Metal spoon. If your answer is A, perfect. And number 5. Needles. If your answer is A, awesome. Great job, learners! What we have learned. In this lesson, we have learned that magnets can attract materials. The materials that are made up of metals, such as iron, nickel, and cobalt, are attracted by magnets. Non-metals are not attracted by magnets. There are two kinds of magnets. First is a permanent magnet, which retain their magnetism for a long time. However, temporary magnets lose their magnetism once they are no longer in contact within a strong magnetic field. Scientastic! Science Investigatory Project. Which magnet is the strongest? A good way to test how strong different magnets are to see how many magnetic objects it can attract. Try this experiment with your magnets. What you need: magnet, paper clips. What you do: magnet science in action. Have your helper hold onto one end of one of the magnets. Stick one paper clip to the other end of the magnet. Ask the assistance of your parents or guardians in doing the following activities. On one end of the paper clip should dangle off the magnet. Now touch another paper clip to the end of the first paper clip to start a paperclip chain. Keep adding paper clips until no more stick to this chain. What happened? When a magnet touches another magnetic object, such as paperclip, the object becomes a temporary magnet for as long as it is touching the real magnet. It can now be used to pick up more paper clips. Each additional paper clip also becomes a temporary magnet with a weaker magnetic force than the one before it. Some magnets may be able to hold a chain of 5 paper clips, while another magnet may only be able to hold 1 or 2 paper clips. How many paper clips a magnet can hold is a good indication of its strength. If you have a strong enough magnet and lift up the paper clips long enough, you may find that some of the paper clips will keep the ability to act like magnets for a little while even when they are not touching the magnet. If this happens, you just have a very strong temporary magnet. Scientastic. Assessment. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. What object is attracted to a magnet? A. Cotton. B. Metal. C. Water. If your answer is B, bravo! Number 2. Magnets are blank to objects that contain iron, nickel, cobalt, or steel. A. Attracted. B. Repelled. C. Disturbed. If your answer is A, excellent. Number 3. All of these are non-magnetic material except A. Wood. B. Paper. C. Metal. If your answer is C, great. Number 4. The force that a magnet exerts on certain materials is called blank force. A. Pole exertion. B. Magnetic. C. Electric. If your answer is B, awesome. And number 5, what would happen if you stroke an iron nail with a magnet? A. The nail will repel the magnet. B. The nail will become an electromagnet. And C. The nail will become magnetic. If your answer is C, hooray! You've got your brain in gear. Perfect! It's trivia time! Earth, Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus are the only planets in our solar system with magnetic fields. Scientific! Remember, a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Once again, this is Teacher Joanne of Parada Elementary School saying goodbye, keep safe, and God bless us all.